Alright Rangers fans, let's dive straight into it because today's video is packed with updates and transfer news that are going to get the conversation flowing in every WhatsApp group, hub, corner, and Twitter thread from Glasgow to Govan. So, buckle up, sit tight, and let's unpack everything because there's a lot to get through. First off, let me say this, I gave in. Yep, finally caved and bought the new home shirt. Couldn't help it. At first I wasn't sold on the design, but the more I looked at it, the more it grew on me. It's one of those that looks a lot better in person, trust me. But enough about fashion choices, let's talk about football. Because there's big news coming out of IBROX. The story that broke late last night and has now been backed up by a few sources connected to the club, including a couple of commercial partners, and that's when you know there's smoke and fire, is all about Max Aarons. Yet that Max Aarons, a name that's been floating around in the rumor mill for a while now, and it seems like things are finally moving towards something concrete. This isn't just another paper talk story or Twitter rumor, folks. This is a genuine link, a real negotiation, a proper transfer target that looks closer than ever to putting pen to paper. Now let's talk about the details as they stand right now. Rangers are closing in on a deal to bring Max Aarons in on an initial loan from Bournemouth. And given the way Bournemouth are clearing out their squad this summer, it kind of makes sense for all parties involved. The Cherries have already seen players like Milos Kerkez head to Liverpool, Dean Huijsen make the big switch to Real Madrid, and Antoine Semenyo could well be next out the door. And now Max Aarons seems to be heading north to Glasgow. The structure of the deal is expected to be a loan with an option to buy. Nothing's been finalized yet, obviously, but the signs are all pointing in that direction. Bournemouth appear very open to letting him go out on loan again for another season. There's a willingness on their end, and from what we're hearing, Rangers are more than keen to get this over the line and add that purchase option into the agreement. This isn't just a short-term stopgap. This is being viewed as a serious addition to the squad. So who exactly is Max Aarons? Let's run through it. Full name: Maximilian James Aarons. Quite a grand name, isn't it? Almost sounds like he should be starring in some BBC period drama rather than bombing down the right flank at IBROX. He's 25 years old, so still right in the sweet spot of his footballing prime. Born in London, more specifically Hammersmith. We won't hold that against him, don't worry, and stands at 1.7 meters tall. For those of you still stuck in the imperial system, that's just under 6 foot, nationality-wise. He's eligible for both England and Jamaica thanks to his family background. Position: right back. Preferred foot right. Currently he's registered with Valencia in Spain, but that loan spell is coming to an end at the end of June, and he's due back at Bournemouth for pre-season. Unless, of course, this Rangers deal gets finalized before then. It's worth noting that Valencia had an option to buy him permanently, but financially they're in no place to exercise that clause. Not because of any issues with Aarons' performances. It's purely a money thing. Valencia are skint. Completely and utterly skint. Their books are tighter than a drum right now, so their inability to buy him doesn't reflect badly on the player at all. Now, just to give you some contract context, Max Aarons is under contract with Bournemouth until June 2029, so technically he's tied down long-term with them. But Bournemouth's willingness to loan him out again shows you exactly where he stands in their plans. They're open to him getting game time elsewhere, and crucially open to including an option to buy in the deal. It's a situation that really works out well for everyone. Bournemouth clear space in their squad, Rangers get a quality player in a position of need, and Aarons gets the chance for regular football in a competitive environment. And let me be clear, this is a move that makes sense from the player's perspective too. Aarons wants to play. He wants minutes. He's coming here to get on the pitch, not to warm the bench. This isn't going to be another situation where a player comes in to provide backup for captain disappointment for 50-odd games a season and only features in the odd cup tie. No, Max Aarons is coming to play. Now let's look back a bit at his career journey so far. Aarons came through the youth ranks at Norwich City, featuring for their under-18 and under-20 of their teams, before making the step up to the senior squad. And I know what you're thinking already. What is it with Rangers and Norwich City players? First Todd Cantwell, then Kieran Dowell, and now potentially Max Aarons. It's like we've got a direct recruitment hotline to Carrow Road at this point. Anyway, Aarons played over 100 games for Norwich, scoring 6 goals and providing 14 assists during his time there. That's 20 direct goal contributions from right back over 113 appearances. Pretty solid numbers, especially considering the defensive responsibilities of his role. After that, Bournemouth came calling and signed him for around £7 million. His time at Bournemouth, however, hasn't quite gone as planned. 7 appearances with just 1 assist. Not exactly eye-popping stats. And then came the loan to Valencia, which, let's be honest, was a bit of a mixed bag. For La Liga appearances totaling just over 100 minutes plus a single outing in the Copa del Rey. Back in England, he managed 3 Premier League appearances and 1 in the FA Cup before making the move to Spain. To be fair to him, Valencia was always going to be a tough gig. That club's a shadow of what it once was. This isn't the Valencia that used to challenge for La Liga titles or go deep into European competitions. This is a financially crippled, struggling mid-table side just trying to stay afloat. The environment there hasn't been ideal for player development or for anyone trying to build momentum in their career. So it's fair to say that the past season has been a bit of a write-off for Aarons, but from all indications he's hungry to get his career back on track. He wants to get back to playing regularly, building consistency and showing the form that once had him linked with clubs like Manchester United, Manchester City and Arsenal. And yes, believe it or not, those links were real at one point. There were even reports of a potential £20 million price tag floating around for him a few years ago. But let's be realistic, that's not the market value anymore. And before anyone starts panicking or listening to rival fans who'll tell you that Rangers are about to blow their entire summer budget on one right back, let's just clear that up right now. This isn't going to be a £20 million deal. The financial figures involved will be nowhere near that. And just one more thing on that topic before we move on. For the love of all things sensible, ignore the noise coming from the other side of the city. Ignore the so-called experts from Parkhead University's Celtic and Rangers obsession department, who seem to think they know more about our budget than our own directors do. No one knows the actual transfer budget, not the media, not Twitter trolls, not YouTube comments sections. Clubs don't publicly announce their exact budgets for obvious reasons. So let's not get caught up in internet hysteria. Back to Aarons. This is a player with real Premier League experience, over 100 games of competitive football, international youth caps for England under-21s, and someone who was genuinely considered one of the brightest young right-backs in the country not too long ago. Technically strong, good going forward, solid in defense with the pace and energy to get up and down the flank all game long. And again, let me reiterate this because it's important, Max Aarons is coming to play. He's not being brought in to sit behind James Tavernier and get the odd 15-minute cameo. Russell Martin has a very specific style of play. He wants his fullbacks involved in both ends of the pitch. He likes them to invert to help build from the back and to have a clear understanding of positional play. Aarons ticks all those boxes. This signing, if it goes through, could signal a changing of the guard at right back. Let's be honest, Tavernier has been a fantastic servant for the club. Nobody's taking that away from him. His goal contributions have been phenomenal for a defender over the years. But defensively, the past couple of seasons haven't been kind to him. The legs aren't what they used to be. The positional awareness seems to have dipped. And let's not even start on the number of times he's been caught out at the back post. The Bilbao game still haunts many of us. It's reached a point where, with the best will in the world, it might be time for him to take a step back, accept a reduced role, and allow some fresh blood to come in and take over that starting spot. In my personal opinion, if Nico Raskin stays, he should be the one wearing the armband on the pitch. Maybe you keep Tav as club captain in a ceremonial sense to keep the dressing room balanced. But on match days, give that leadership role to someone who's going to be in the thick of it for 90 minutes. So there you have it. Max Aarons, a player with pedigree, experience, and the skill set to make a big impact at Rangers. The deal's not over the line yet, but everything is pointing towards this being done soon. If and when it happens, I'll be right back here breaking it all down for you. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. A whisper's making its way around IBROX and across the terraces of Govan, stirring excitement among the Rangers faithful and perhaps a touch of unease among their Edinburgh rivals. The talk of the tune that Lawrence Shankland, Hearts' talismanic striker and one of the most prolific Scottish forwards in recent memory, might just be donning the blue of Rangers next season. Now, nothing's been confirmed, and officially it's all still under wraps, but sources close to both clubs hint that the move is more than mere speculation. Word is that the Light Blues have been hard at work behind the scenes, crafting what could be one of the most eye-catching transfers in recent Scottish Premiership history. After all, Shankland's goal record speaks for itself. Lethal in the box, Sharp with his movement and a leader on the pitch, he's not just a scorer, but a presence. And that's exactly the kind of steel and finesse the Rangers' front line has been crying out for. There's a growing belief that the board at IBROX sees Shankland as the piece that can tip the balance in the title race, with Celtic's grip still firm but not unbreakable. Adding a player of Shankland's pedigree might just provide the firepower to reclaim domestic dominance, of course. There's always the delicate matter of prying a club captain away from a fellow Premiership side, especially one where he's not just respected but adored. Hearts will not let him go quietly, and the Gorgie support would likely view such a departure as a bitter pill to swallow. Still, football's full of twists, and the pull of playing in Europe, lifting silverware, and writing oneself into old firm lore might be too tempting for the striker to resist. If this rumor gains more traction, don't be surprised to see Govan ablaze with excitement and Tynecastle shrouded in disbelief. For now, it's only murmurs in the wind, but as the summer window creeps open, that wind might just become a storm. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.